Hey guys, welcome. This is Mr. Hardcore Mode where nothing's easy. Welcome to another thoughts and review video, but this time for V Rising. V Rising is a game by Stunlock Studios. Never heard of them. I heard they made a game before this, and it sort of flopped. So they redirected and made this beautiful piece, called V Rising. It's basically a I wouldn't say sandbox necessarily. I would say more of a survival. Is a top-down RPG in a sense. You're a vampire, you try to discover new abilities by going through bosses, and you just try to build up your base as strong as you can and make it a wondrous display, get more power, get more logs, stones, and then just build your overall empire of a castle or a lair for your vampire reign. There is many different progression systems in here. There's bosses. It gives it sort of a soul-esque type of game, and it definitely gives you a sense of like urgent, like almost a sense of urgent, but at the same time a sense of like accomplishment when it comes to this game. It never feels like you're wasting your time. There's always something that you might need for your base. There's always something you might need for your character and your vampire to rule over the land of Vataran. Basically, Vataran is the place that you're in now. The map is quite huge. This is my castle, or castles, right here, and this is the size of the map. It's pretty extensive. Now, keep in mind, I want to let you all know, this is early access, so not everything that you see on this game is going to be out on 1.0. So what you see now is pre 1.0. Like this open area right here, not accessible. And I believe this area right here, in certain little pockets of areas, are just not in display, or otherwise just not in what's the word I'm looking for? Accessible, or basically, running. I went to one area, in specifically like a ritual type area, and I thought it would be cool. There's nothing there at that ritual area. I thought there would be some kick-ass sacrifices. Nope, none. But yes, this is our early access, pretty much review on this game. I want to let you all know that this is my take on it. It is a very wonderful early access game. Now, for 20 bucks, you are definitely getting your money's worth. You are 100% getting your money's worth. If you like these sort of top-down ARPGs, a sort of an RPG aesthetic where you want to grind, you want to get better loot, and basically beat the baddest boss and that sort of thing, you definitely want to do that here. Now, keep in mind, this game can be solo, but you can also do this PvE style with co-op, or you can do this on PvP style, where things could get really, really dicey at a last minute notice. All of that is completely up to you, however you want to do it. Me, personally, I like PvE for now because it's very calming and you can design your base the way you want it. But when it comes to PvP, you gotta make the ugliest castle possible so people can leave you alone. You just gotta turtle your castle. Just put walls and stuff, but that's not my style. Maybe when PvP comes out on 1.0, we might come back to this game and we'll discover more on PvP. It can get kind of crazy, but I heard it's pretty dopamine crazy. This is basically my rain area. I just cut the grass, by the way. There's gardening, there's wood cutting. I made a teleporter. Yeah, if the garden is lacking, that's because I just cut it. So sorry about that. I made a little bit of stable here. My horse named Morbius. Don't ask why. This side area right over here, I'm gonna let you know, is basically where we keep prisoners. Now, prisoners is a whole different system where you can prison people and extract their blood whenever you want. I got a scholar with 93%, also 100% blood type. Now, blood type in this game is very important, especially when you're a vampire. When you drink the blood of a certain person, you get certain perks, but only temporarily. When you get people of higher percentage blood, they have better stats. When you get somebody of lower percentage blood, obviously it's kind of lacking, kind of lusted. Right now, I don't have any blood on me right now, as you can see, and I'm kind of lacking and I'm kind of thirsty. And also, as a vampire, you can have servants. I got 3 servants here. and they're all just chillaxing right over here. It is a really cool mechanic in this game. I'm not going to get too deep into it because that's a whole different video. Yeah, that big dude right there. Yeah, I worked on that. Now, I'm going to show more of this area, but before I say more about my lovely area, what I want to do, say to you is I had 100 plus hours onto this game, so I know much about this game. I have done every single content in this game except for 3 bosses. They are the 3 big end game bosses. I forgot their names. All I know is that when I walk up to them, they slap my ass. And I was just thinking to myself, you know what? I actually need people this time. Much of this game you can do solo, but those 3 bosses at the end, I think you kind of need people. So if you do like a solo server, I hope you can pull it off, because me, apparently I'm not so hardcore after all, because those 3 at the end, they were something. All the other bosses were maintainable, just figure out the mechanics. But yes, that's pretty much what I'm going, speaking to you about. This is my library, by the way. The mechanics with the whole castle right here are very specific. Like, the flooring gives me extra perks on certain things. Like for paper, now I got extra perks for me making paper, that sort of thing. Everything's really neat and tidy when it comes to the UI and everything like that. And also, it's really neat and tidy when you create and build your own lair. It is really nice. It's really comforting. Also, it's the first game where you can actually move a chest that has a whole bunch of stuff inside of it, and when you move it, the stuff are still in there. I am surprised so many survival games do not have that, but this one surprised me. Anyway, let me keep on talking about the game while I give it keep on giving a review. I'll give it a review and then I'll show you more of my castle. Basically, you're a vampire. If you go in the sun, yeah, you can die. That is a very cool mechanic. So it gives you a little bit of an incentive to be like, do I really want to be out here in the sun? Yes, you can, but you have to be in the shade. The shade is really important in this game. And once it hits, but luckily, the daytime is shorter than the nighttime. Most of the time. Actually, all the time, actually. There are certain moments where it might be a blood moon era, or a night, and you get a lot of time. And you also get perks when the blood moon comes up. So those come rarely, but when they do, that's boss time, baby. When you get a blood moon, I hope you're fighting a boss, because that's a good time to use it. This game does have certain things for crafting, for doing things blood-related, vampire-related, for prisoning and servants. You also got so many different sciences inside this game, research, scientific like studies and stuff, sort of like that. You got tailoring, you got forging, all of the nice and delicious stuff into this game. There's a couple of things that I wish it did have, though. Unfortunately, this game doesn't have like a, well, you do have a base, but you can't have a first floor, second floor, third floor kind of thing. It's all just flat, pretty much. But I was hoping that they would have like a second, third floor kind of thing, but I guess they're not going to do that. But the game is early access, so who knows? That might change. For an early access game like this, there's so many possibilities. I heard that the game was going to have rain, and so let's say it's a daytime, and it's raining. There's not going to be any sun, so pretty much you're going to have the whole day where you're just raining, like going off and just doing your vampire thing for a good 24 hours game time. It's really good, really good. I can't wait for them to show us more of this. I think I want to come back to this game on PvP when it's 1.0, but overall, this game is absolutely amazing. I hope you give it a try. This is one of those indie games. I would say it's a AA type indie game, maybe just the indie game in general. But these people work their asses off, and I really do appreciate that. Well, that's my thoughts on the on this game so far. I wanted to do the end game bosses and then give you my review, but I tried to beat those end bosses, and they're cool and all, but I need a team, and hopefully I can put that in recording and show you my 3 battles with those 3. And yes, I hope you'll be there for that. But anyway, let me show you my castle. I made a little bit of a garden here. Right here, this is my tailor area. This is where I make my equipment, my armor. This is my library with floating Harry Potter, candles over here. I had to get the Harry Potter aesthetic in here. Really nice. I love my library. My library is absolutely clean. This area right here is basically where you put your blood essence and making sure that your castle is tip-top shape. Let me show you my second castle. My opening. I created all this that you're seeing. This is where I do wood cutting, tannering, and anything related to grinding of stone. And I need to properly set the place up. And this is where I do my forging. Furnace. Got your forging, weapon smithing over here. I hope they add something to where my servants can actually do the work for me while I'm out and about. This is my throne room. There is a throne room in this game. This is where I sleep. These are my servants over here. Servants are going to be really particularly useful because servants will actually protect your base when it's being invaded by other people, which is actually really good for PvP. Hopefully they add a PvE aspect to it as well, because there's going to be some zealots and some priests and maybe the church of light in this game will probably attack your base. It doesn't have to be too extensive, but it would be really cool because you get these servants in the PvE style, and the only thing that you can really do with these servants is you can either make them, walk around like this, or you can actually go up to your throne room right here and make them get you certain bonuses around the world. Now, mind you, the hunt duration for your servants doing this is going to be 23 hours to like 2 hours, but the chance of injury is really great on that. But that's up to you if you want to do that. I think they should reduce that time. But anyway, I think I did an overall good amount of this game. I really do appreciate that. I don't know about the time aspect of some of these things, because some things... Basically what I mean when it comes to time things into this game is, let's say for instance, this castle heart. This castle heart is going to last for 6 days, for 7 days, since I got it bolstered up. If I bolster this thing up a 4th time, maybe it might be more days, maybe like 2 weeks or something like that. But I don't like this time thing. I want it out of the game. I absolutely despise the time thing. Because now it's making you think like, well now I gotta stay on this game, otherwise my whole area is gonna get destroyed. I don't like that feeling. I don't want to go to work, come back, whole place is gone or destroyed or something like that. I don't know what's gonna happen, but it scares me. But anyway, maybe stuff just stops working. Maybe that's the only thing. But other than that, I think that's kind of terrifying. This is my jeweler area right here to create jewels and stuff like that, and to create pendants and stuff. All really good stuff. Now, there is also another thing that I really do want to bring into a matter, and I hope that they can hear this. I believe that they do not have enough loot in this game. There is so little loot in this game where it's just like, you have a certain set, you're good for a little while, and then you get, and then you have to reach a stopgap, and then you got to get the better gear, and it's all very, like tight when it comes to the loot. Like this armor that I'm wearing, this is the top of the line armor. There will be no other armor. There's only, I believe, about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think there's 6 types of sets of armor, and I just think that it's just not enough. I hope there's different types of weapons, maybe some legendary weapons, that sort of thing. Stuff that sets it apart from the others. I like stuff like that, stuff that you can find. You don't have to completely build everything, but yeah, there's a durability with everything, and yeah, pretty much how survival games do it. Anyway, I do want to say thank you all for joining me into this lovely review. I am done talking. I would like to play other games because this vampire life has consumed my soul. But I was thinking about going back to this more No Man's Sky. I've heard that's been going pretty well. I've actually been, you know, trying to think about doing that. But anyway, guys, really do appreciate it. If you want to see more videos from me, you know, I'm right here. And yes, I'm going to be doing more hardcore content. I really do appreciate anybody that stops by, or just for a few seconds. I really do appreciate it. Just leave a like, help out with that YouTube algorithm. You know how it is. They believe that if you're not getting a bunch of likes, then you're not important. That's just how it goes, and it sucks. But anyway, guys, I hope y'all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys next time.